we move to the next subject, which is on fabricating evidence and arresting to improve the performance statistics, which includes preventive arrests. This will be delivered by Shri ML Kumawat ji. Shri ML Kumawat ji is an IPS officer of 1972 batch from Andhra Pradesh cadre. He retired as DG BSF. Before that, he also worked as Special Secretary Internal Security in MHA. He, of course, worked in CBI, Narcotics Control Bureau. He headed the state CID, and I remember having met him when he was CP Vizag. One good thing I must tell you about Mr. Kumawat, even if you meet him today and if you give him an idea, he would take out his diary and start noting down. So that is what Mr. Kumawat for us. Sir, I request you to start your deliberations, please.
Thank you, Ish, for your kind remarks. First of all, I congratulate Indian Police Foundation for organizing this seminar on a very topical issue, which is being discussed, that is arrest, which is being discussed in civil society, in print and electronic media, and also higher judiciary is, I think, concerned with arrests that are being made, which are unwarranted, which are done mindlessly and in very mechanical manner. But my remit is to speak on fabricating evidence and arresting to improve performance statistics, preventive arrests. Already Mr. Pawar has given statistics that 71,29,129 arrests are being made only on preventive arrests, which you are talking of, and not 68 lakh, which are for IPC and special and local laws. So I am focusing only on preventive arrests. So 71 lakh arrests are preventive arrests under CRPC sections, and there are preventive detentions which under NSA and Gunda Act, etc. There are another 89,000 arrests. As far as preventive arrests are concerned, I am speaking on the basis of three things. First, my own experience as a police officer, 37 years in Andhra Pradesh cadre. Second, my interaction with serving police officers in last few days. I have been interacting and finding out what is being done now, because I retired almost 13 years back. But what is happening in regard to these preventive arrests. And third, my own traumatic experience that I had even before I joined Indian Police Service, 10 years before that. I was only a student. First, I should mention that incident, what happened, and why I am following up this very issue for last 60 years. And what did I do as SP, DIG, IG, and additional DG law and order, etc. in the state. It was 1962. Place was Ajmer. And it was a very happy day for me because my high school examination result was out. We passed with good flying colors. Had gone to a movie. And when we were returning, me and my friend, we were stopped by two policemen near railway station. And he said, "We have arrested you." I said, "For what?" I did not know as a boy that it was under 109. Later on, he told me he's under 109, he'll be booking us. And in fact, he took both of us to a lockup and showed that lockup, which is in front of Ajmer railway station. Ghantagar police station is there, even now one can see. I told those constables that I had not done any wrong. He said, no, you are here to commit crime. I said, we have come from theater and I have these tickets, counterfoil was that. He just took that and threw in Nala. He said, what is the proof now? So anyhow, that thing, fortunately, we were not booked under 109. Again, for a very interesting reason. Those corrupt police officers, they relieved my friend and me of the wristwatch that my friend had, a very valuable or precious thing in those days, and 20 rupees, which is equivalent to maybe 200 or 300 rupees today. So after taking these things, they did not book us under 109, but they told us 109. So I remember for last 60 years. Now these figures which I told, they are not supposed to go to jail under 109. Only the bond is to be taken. But I have figures before me that out of 71,29,129, 19,71,116 people go to jail. Why do they go to jail? Because they are not able to give surety in the manner in which the police compel magistrate to obtain what we call in Rajasthan certified surety. In fact, I must tell you, only this month, State Human Rights Commission of Rajasthan has fined that magistrate of 50,000 rupees for asking for certified surety, because that person had to go to jail, and also warned, in future action will be taken against him. So things continue unabated even till today. While working at SP, I used to ask my officers that you shall never ever register bogus cases, these false cases under 109, especially 109. I raised this issue before the DG also in our police crime meetings. I was pulled up for raising such, according to him, a silly issue. But when I became additional DG Law and Order, a circular went from Intelligence Department, Mr. Anjaney Reddy, if still remember, that false cases shall not be booked under 109. And I'm happy to tell you that in many states, after the Supreme Court intervention and instruction which have gone from headquarters, cases are not being booked under 109. Only yesterday I talked to an officer in UP. I'm happy to know that it is not being booked. I'll not name the states where they are still being booked. In fact, I was told by an SP level officer that they are being given targets even today to book 109 CRPC cases, and people are sent to jail because they are not able to give verified security. Verified security is a very difficult thing because it has to be verified by magistrate, and it takes few days to verify. Until then, person remains in jail. Imagine the traumatic influence that remains on the mind of a person, as it is on my mind even after 60 years. So what has been done? I just now told you about Andhra Pradesh, that it was state government, as DGP asked not to register such cases, but cases are still being booked. And there is set language in 109 that person was lurking, he was about to commit offense, and we caught him before he could commit offense. Here I would like to tell very interesting thing, that 1898 CRPC, which was amended in 1973, after much discussion in Parliament. In fact, Mr. Ram Manohar Lohia spoke about this very issue. And what was the thing? Interesting thing, 1898 CRPC, which was valid till 1973, is said any person taking precaution to conceal his presence, he could be booked by the police. And B, that there is within limits a person who has no ostensible means of subsistence. What does it mean? It meant that all those who were unemployed could also be arrested by the police if that means they had no means of subsistence. So this part B of 109 was dropped in 1973 amendment of CRPC. But it had not made much difference. As I told you, 71 lakh cases are booked even till today. And 19 lakh go behind bars. And who are these people? Most of these people are poor people. Those, who work in factories or work in some industries, returned, late night. And these people are being booked just because they are poor people and there are quotas or targets for the police officers. So what can be done?
Sir, 2 more minutes, please.
Yes. So what can be done? I think police officers, those who are serving in the police department even today, my earnest request is to follow the constitutional norms, ethos, which we know that we, the people of India, have given to ourselves a constitution which promises justice and liberty. In fact, we are the guardians of justice and liberty. If we ourselves indulge in malpractices or do injustice, where will people go? I'm really surprised when judiciary says that they are the guardians of justice. In fact, we are the first responders. We should be the guardians or protectors of justice of the people, especially vulnerable sections of society. I hope if we follow the rule of law and tenets of justice given in the Constitution of India. We don't need any new law for that. Only our conscience. We have to work with sensitivity. Only then this malice of preventive arrest, rather fabricating evidence and arresting people just to show performance. It is certainly not a performance. It is showing our a very bad practice, which must end. Thank you very much. Jai Hind. Namaskar.
Thank you, Kumawat sir. Very interesting observations. Sir told about that the 19 lakh people of the preventive arrest still end up in the jail. Inability to produce the certified sureties, especially maybe in Rajasthan. He also spoke about the main issue is the targets. I myself must confess that as a SP of the 3 districts, we used to give these targets, and I did not realize the way they were misused at that time. It's high time that all the serving officers look into this and unnecessary arrests are prevented.